I am so excited to share with you today the exciting dinosaur unit study that we have done this semester in my oldest son's first year of kindergarten. It has been so much fun that I have been wanting to share it with you since before we even finished it, but I wanted to make sure that we got all the way through it, all the way to the end, so that I could really give you my full review on it and everything else we did in addition to the unit study that we found and we used, and it was super fun and helpful. So I first want to tell you, it wasn't just a unit study that I found and I kind of stuck with what I was given in terms of where I got it, which was Homeschool Share, but I followed not only the unit study from Homeschool Share, which is a creation-based, young earth creation-based dinosaur unit study, which was appropriate for my kindergartner for his age level. But also I followed a number of books. We did a lot of projects. I had a lot of science kits that were really fun to use. And then we had a lot of little extras that we did to keep it really fun and exciting for him. So I want to share all of those with you. But first, let me start out. I want to tell you about why we picked a dinosaur unit study in the first place. So my son loves dinosaurs. Most people, most little boys his age love dinosaurs, as yours might too. And he actually, for his last birthday party, had a dinosaur themed birthday party, and we went to Dinosaur Ridge in Morrison, Colorado, and got to have so much fun there. So that was kind of the kickoff to him really getting ramped up with his love for dinosaurs. So it was a perfect way to start out our homeschooling adventure by planning for kind of almost a semester long dinosaur unit study. So what we ended up doing is we went and found a creation-based dinosaur unit study that was printable, that had a lot of resources that I thought were going to be good to start with. So it was from Homeschool Share. And as I mentioned, it is a young earth creation-based Christian dinosaur unit study. So your major reading sources for the entire unit study are the Bible and What Really Happened to the Dinosaurs. So two really phenomenal books. I was really, really excited when I found out that What Really Happened to the Dinosaurs was available through our Prospector Library Loan Service. So our actual library didn't have it, but they found one way down south in Colorado, and I immediately got that on loan through Prospector. And so we used that, and then we had a whole list of other books that are recommended in the unit study itself, and we just read those ahead of time, and I read them ahead of time and put together the list, made sure I was able to get them from the library and that sort of thing, and started working through it. I will tell you, this unit study is designed to be done in 8 days. We took 14 weeks to do the unit study. I knew in advance, I had looked through this in advance, and I decided that I was going to attempt for like maybe 1 day per week rather than each day, because this was not our primary lesson, I guess, or primary curriculum, I would say. We had other curriculums for reading and Bible and math and science and those sorts of things. So this was a supplement to those things that was really, really fun and also touched on all of those subjects. So that is what we ended up doing, but you can do it as fast or as slow as you want. But we really loved it. Again, it's from Homeschool Share. I have loads of links for you to all the resources that I'm going to share with you here, and I'm sure I'm going to miss some. So check out the blog post that goes along with this, and all those links are there for you to show you where I got all of this. I'm also a very frugal person, so I did not want to spend a ton of money on something I wasn't sure about, especially since I've just now officially started homeschooling. And so although I've been doing a lot of research into different curriculums and I've definitely spent some money, I really loved that this was a free dinosaur unit study, and I loved the resources available. As I mentioned, not only did we do the unit study, but we did a lot of other books and a lot of other crafts. And so I'm going to share a little bit of those with you. A couple of our favorite books are right here. So T is for T-Rex. This is an awesome book. This is almost like a go-to reference book for us. It's actually had some damage. We've had to take some pages, but it is a really, really high quality book. I love the information in it. We got it for a steal at the Rocky Mountain Homeschool Conference, one of the first ones we attended years ago, which, as you know, my oldest is only in kindergarten, so we were very forward thinking, but this was awesome to come back to as we were doing the unit study. And it goes all the way through the alphabet and gives you details, statistics like the length and the size of all these different types of dinosaurs, all the way A to Z. Another one that we actually purchased during the unit study is Dinosaurs for Little Kids by Ken Ham. We love Ken Ham. We actually had dinner with Ken Ham during the unit study, Shug and I. So this was a great resource too, especially for the age of my children. And they also have other really great resources for older kids with respect to dinosaurs as well. Additionally, we did a lot of projects, and you might see some of our projects here. This was one of our kind of display areas as we were going through the unit study. So whenever my kids would put together one of their projects and they were proud of it, we would display it here. When they do paintings and crafts that are, more two-dimensional, I have another place where I hang those. But in this unit study, they actually walked you through putting together a dinosaur diorama. So my two oldest kids were able to do that, and that was really fun, and we displayed them here. We also did a paper mache dinosaur egg, and we got to, cut out all of the newspaper and make the glue, and then we put the dinosaur into the balloon and blew it up and put it all around, let it dry, painted it, and then we actually hatched the eggs and got to take the dinosaurs out. So that was super fun. And so we've got one of those displayed here as well. So I will tell you, I love this unit study, but there were a lot of things that I did a little bit differently depending on what was going on in our family schedule, or how into it our kids seemed at the time. If they were kind of seeming like they might be dinosaured out, I didn't want their interest to fizzle and that sort of thing. So there were a few things that we did differently for that and other reasons, but we had a National Geographic kit that was a fossil dinosaur dig kit. And we did that instead of doing the homemade dinosaur dig that's inside the unit study. And we also did kind of a shortened version of our own fossil making, which was with white glue and modeling clay rather than the one inside the unit study. So there were a couple of ways that we deviated, but we were still able to learn the lesson from them. And so that is really fun. And I will share those resources with you as well in case you want to, take a shortcut or do something a little bit differently. One of the things that I will say is a lot of this, even though, yes, we're working on my oldest son's kindergarten semester during this unit study, we had the little boys able to participate almost just as much in the unit study, whereas they weren't really able to do that with some of our other curriculums and reading lessons and math and that sort of thing. This unit study was great because we all got to get involved, as you can see with the dioramas, and even my youngest got to do the paper mache. So we had 3 amazing paper mache dinosaur eggs to look at and play with. And one of the final and most exciting things that we did for me, and where my adrenaline kind of got pumping at the end of this unit study, was the creation of this lap book. So this is my son's first real lap book that he created, and the unit study itself takes you through this and provides a lot of the printables for you to do, even including this cover, the way that we did it. So again, we deviated on what we put in the lap book and that sort of thing, but we did use a lot of what they had. And so that was really fun. And for us, it was so fun at the end to put it all together as a review of the unit study. And so he was actually able to go through everything that he had learned and kind of recap it and just kind of solidify that in his brain. And then one of the really exciting things too is we put together another little pocket here and included pictures of all of the more three-dimensional things, like I kind of showed you back here, the dioramas and the paper mache and all of that, so that we could actually remember that. So anything that couldn't kind of fit, we took pictures of and we included it in here. And as a final assignment, he was able to present this to Daddy and went through the whole lap book and presented everything that he had learned and everything that we had done. And it was such a special moment for us. And I love that. I took a picture of that as well. And that will forever be kind of a special moment for us. And he got his little junior paleontologist certificate that they included in the unit study as well at the end. And we've got that hanging up on the fridge. So this has been really special. And now this is something that we can keep as a keepsake. And it's super compact, even though we spent really close to a full semester going through that unit study. But now we have ended just in time to have a Thanksgiving unit study and then an Advent unit study for the month of December. And we are so excited for those things and really focusing on the reason for the season. So I'm so excited that I've been able to share all this with you. If you have any questions or comments on any of these resources, I would love to hear them. Please like us, subscribe. We would love to hear what you're doing in your homeschool and share in those resources as well.